Hello everybody. Today we are trying to compare the Ledger Nano X, brand new, made in 2022 with black box with the new logo, and compare it with the former version with white box made in 2021 and earlier. Let's open the box and have a look on how does it look like inside. Obviously, Ledger had a big issue last year with the battery, and they tried with rebranding to overcome this problem. And we wonder if there is more than that, and we are going to check it out. Obviously, the newer version made of 2022 has got the new logo. This is while the older version made in 2021 has got the older logo on it. Let's compare these two logos. Obviously, the new logo Ledger between two brackets sounds really nice and familiar with the cryptocurrency concept. Everybody wonders if there is any more difference between these two models. So I'm going to do further analysis and investigate what is going on. In addition to that, everybody knows that Ledger also increased the prices like 25% in the new model compared to the old one. So that means from 119 euros, a consumer now has to pay 149 euro, which is quite a bit of difference. But of course, Ledger has got a lot of problems last year with the battery inside, and we think that there must be some differences. So let's open it and have a look if anything has been changed basically in the new model. I'm just opening it. So it's pretty much easy to open the Ledger. You can open it simply. And well, if you open it, you see basically a motherboard, which is controlled by two buttons. And on the other side, you have got the battery. So let's open the other one, the model of 2021. And basically, we can compare further what is inside the Ledger Nano X. So now we have got two Ledger Nano X open, and basically we can continue further to inspect what is happening inside. Is there any difference between the batteries or with the motherboards of the Ledger Nano X of 2022, which is more expensive obviously, and I'm sure everybody is curious, does any difference between the two models? Of course, for that I'm going to have a closer look to see if we can realize any difference. In battery itself, there is no difference. The voltage and other parameters pretty much look like the same, but I'm sure there are differences, as well as on the motherboard there might be differences. So for that reason, I'm going to have a closer look on it and show you what are the differences. So on front, you see pretty much the same. I mean, there is not much differences. You can see that on the connection side between the battery and the board, there is a slightly difference. On the newer version, the connection look a little bit smaller. In addition to that, you don't see much differences. Now, let's look at the other side where you can see also the screen, which is attached to the board. And well, to see the further, we need to remove the screen from the board. I'm going to do that also for the other one. So we are ready to have a comparison. If you look at the board, basically you see pretty much complication in the newer model. So you see that the new model 2022 looks a bit different and more complicated to the former version. That is probably aligned with the newer firmware. So that has got more complications in the new Ledger Nano X that might be able to basically be ready for even further changes and newer firmwares that are coming up later on. But I'm not obviously sure about it. That needs more detailed investigations. Let's basically look further and more detail to the battery. What is happening there? Obviously, there is a bit of difference between the connection of the battery. In the former model that you can see on the right side, there is a connection like a flat and steel color. However, in the new version, instead of the surface, you can see sort of a needle shape that has a sharper end, and that probably brings a better connection between the motherboard and the battery, and that perhaps helps to some extent the connectivity, and probably this is one of the reasons that solved the problem of the battery in the new version of Ledger Nano X. So you can see clearly here that the connection looks completely different on the new model when we compare it with the old one. This is showing perfectly here that they obviously the battery looked the same, but the connection is completely different. Instead of a flat surface, it look like a needle shape on the newer model. So this was pretty much it for today. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video, and definitely we continue further investigation to realize what are the differences between these two models. One thing is that the new one is coming also with the firmware 2. There are some information on the internet and blogs that the new models also has got a higher brightness on the screen. So even the two models are looking pretty much the same, there are some advantages with the newer model. Thank you very much for watching this. Have a good day.